With this video having to be about culture, I figured I'd start out with the dictionary definition, so I pulled up the Merriam-Webster definition on my phone here. So it reads, the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group. Also, the characteristic features of everyday existence. So in regards to everyday existence, that immediately makes me think about food because you need to eat every day. I sort of think about like how with food, I'm kind of privileged in the fact that I kind of always have access to food. I never really have to worry about going hungry. And I have access to a lot of different kinds of foods. I don't really need to be picky. I can have fruits, vegetables, junk food, or whatever. But also thinking about food, I kind of think about my family's food culture. So my mom tends to cook a lot of Jewish dishes since she was raised Jewish. So we have things like brisket, potato pancakes, given that's just typically a Hanukkah thing. But I know with my dad, he really just sort of likes Italian food for some reason. So we end up, whenever he's cooking, it's always just like chicken piccata or whatever pasta stuff. But I know probably like what he thinks of Italian food and what I think of Italian food has probably been Americanized in some way or form, which is kind of, I guess, also kind of similar to like Chinese food, which I'm like really into Chinese food, but I know American Chinese food is different than Chinese food in that it's kind of been more Americanized, I guess, to be sweeter for Americans and things like that. So I kind of know with food culture that even though in America we may call it Chinese food or Italian food, that isn't exactly the same as food in Italy or food in China. It's been changed a little bit. Kind of segueing, I guess, into religion. For me, I guess religion's always just sort of been Abrahamic origin for me because my mom was raised Jewish and then my dad was raised Catholic, and then I was raised Protestant Christian Church Disciples of Christ denomination. And then in regards to entertainment, I always just think about film, television, music. So film, I know I'm kind of into weird indie art house films, so I'll be into like a few foreign films like probably if you get to know me, you'll end up hearing me talk about Andrei Tarkovsky and Stalker a lot, cool Russian sci-fi film. I'm into a bunch of kind of weird little Korean films, or I don't know if Lil describes them, but so like films by like Park Chan-wook, like Old Boy, and then like American Korean co-productions like Snowpiercer and Okja. But then I guess in regards to music, I know I'm like kind of into American like indie folk, so like Wilco, because like Wilco's like my favorite. But I think the main thing I find with my culture is that it's more American centric than I thought. The more I think about it, like I'll go out of my way to like watch Korean films, I'll eat Chinese food, but even then, like there are kind of some American things that trickle in there, like American co-productions with Korean cinema, how ethnic food in America has kind of been shaped specifically America for an American audience. So that's kind of the main thing I find is just sort of my culture is a little more American centric than I think.